What's up, everyone? Happy Friday. You made it to another episode of the Friday Live with Lauren show. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you are back again, I appreciate you. If it is your first time, I hope you will tune in for the whole show. We have some great topics, a phenomenal guest. We have some prizes we're going to give away. We're going to learn, we're going to laugh, and we are going to level up. So, without further ado, I'm going to bring on my wonderful, phenomenal, badass, I can say that, it's my show, guest today, Miss Stephanie White.
Hello, everybody. I'm not sure I've ever been called a badass, but okay, I'm loving this, Lauren. This is great. Let's start with that.
Hey, if it's true, it's true. Okay. One. All right. If you are watching, start commenting. Tell us where you're tuning in from. We are far apart. We're going to tell you that in a minute. But also, could you share the show? LinkedIn doesn't always do me the favor of sharing the show. And while you share the show, I'm going to mute my cell phone because I just realized I didn't do that. I don't want anybody to call me while we're live. And I'm going to let Stephanie give us a little introduction. I got to switch us. So you're big. Why don't you tell us a little bit about you?
Hello. Oh, it's awesome seeing everyone start to comment in. Let us know where you are. So, a little bit about me. I am a revenue enablement leader, and I am very much in the camp of seller turned operations turned enabler. I like to say I'm an enabler in all aspects of my life, for better or for worse, everybody. You can friend me now. You're welcome in advance for what I may help you accomplish. But I've been in sales and different leadership roles for going on 20 years. If we want to be that honest, Lauren. And I've spent the last 10 plus years in tech. So it's been a ride, and I'm excited to be here and talk to you all about Rev Enablement.
I'm so excited. And listen, sometimes I give away how old I am on the show, but y'all, we're 29 forever. 29 forever. That's what my son knows. And the only women who don't like that are the ones who are actually under 29. And they don't understand why he tells them that they're 29. So maybe when he's older, he'll get that. Steph, tell everybody where you are today.
Yeah, I am up in Toronto. So I am in the Canadian North for all of you who are down south.
So Steph's in Toronto and I am down south. I am located in South Florida. We're streaming from the one co-work. I have an office here in Boca. Hi, Mark Jaro's in the house. Mark's local to me. Sarah's in the house. Kirk is in New York. We got New York in the house. Liz says, hi, Steph, my fellow enabler. Hi, Liz. Hey, Sarah. TGIF. Yes, TGIF, 100%. Happy Friday. Watching on YouTube. Yeah, y'all. Last week the show was not working properly for some reason on LinkedIn. It wasn't letting people comment. So if that's glitching for you, pop over to YouTube. Hey, look who this is, our prize winner. You won the Sendoso prize last week. Did you get that? Comment and let us know if that came in yet. Michelle's in the house. Michelle's gonna pop on at halftime and talk about our new segment. Whoop whoop. We whoop on this show. I don't know if you're a whooper or not, but we like to whoop it up over here. We got Cincy, Ohio, and Miss Lindsay Dowd. What's up, Lindsay? We had a wonderful conversation while I was in Tampa. So, speaking of that, I was in Tampa. Steph, next time you got to come.
Listen, I'm currently looking outside. There is apparently an epic snowstorm that hits Chicago area, which is on its way to me. So, yeah, next time would love to be in Tampa. That'd be great.
I don't think we're gonna enjoy a snowstorm in Florida or Tampa at all. It was a little chilly. I think it was like 65, which I think you would love that weather. I had a jacket.
As I'm now converting temperatures in my head, this is always the problem.
Oh, this is the fun part, right? Because we Americans like to be difficult, and we're the only country that, yeah. No, it's true.
Y'all. It's not y'all. We just can't decide on a system. We don't know whether we're on the American system or British system. It just depends on the day of the week.
Oh, that's okay. I'm fickle too. It is what it is. All right, really quick, I'm going to shout out Sendoso is our official gifting sponsor. Thank you to Sendoso. If you are watching today, we're going to do a few prizes, but you can tag Sendoso. So if you are on LinkedIn last week, this was a little confusing for some people. You have to type the @sign. When you start typing Sendoso, you'll see the company pop up. Click on that, and that will enter you to win a prize from Sendoso. And then also you can tag Enablement Reimagined. I'll leave that up for a second because we all have a hard time spelling. Enablement Reimagined. Okay. And if you tag Enablement Reimagined, you're going to win a mentoring session from Steph. That's like one of the best prizes I think we've ever had. So You better tag Enablement Reimagined. All right. We're going to get into some topics so you can see what you would learn if you won this from Stephanie. One of the topics that I think is like very broad, but we got to start here. Okay. There's people who are watching right now who are like, Lauren, what the heck is revenue enablement? So why don't you take it away? Give some people like a basic overview. What is revenue enablement?
Yeah. So you'll hear two different things. Some people use them interchangeably, and we can dig about this a little bit more. You'll hear people talk about sales enablement and revenue enablement. So let's be real for a second. Revenue enablement is all revenue to the business. It means we care about new business, expansion, retaining those customers. We care about price increases. We care about margins. It is all the way through the customer journey. We want to sell it. We want to upsell it. We want to keep it. We want to keep retaining it. And we want to have those raving fans all the way through. So revenue enablement is all the stuff that we need to do to support our go-to-market teams, generate and keep revenue for the business. That can be training, tech stack, sales process, documentation, collateral, digital tools, all kinds of crazy content, and everything in between.
And everything in between. I love it. It really is quite broad, right? It really is. Let's be honest. But that's why I think that there's so many people who could do this role and do it well. So let's talk about that too. What do you think makes somebody primed to maybe go into this role?
Yeah. So I think the common thread that I see in a lot of folks who are successful in enablement, and when I say successful, I mean you can demonstrate business impact and you're happy. Because a lot of people can deliver a project, but do you feel fulfilled helping other people smash their quota? Because you won't be in the spotlight, so you got to get something else out of the job. Generally speaking, it's people pleasers who are naturally empathetic, are problem solvers, and inherently people connectors. So we're about the people. We drive revenue, but we do it by focusing on people and how they can bring value to the business.
I love that. So one other question, specifically around revenue enablement and SaaS, because SaaS, software as a service, if you are watching on a platform other than LinkedIn and you don't know what I'm talking about, I'm not being sassy. I am talking about software as a service. I want to talk about specifically how is that different in software as a service sales, right? Compared to maybe like door-to-door salesman or any other type of sales cycle. How do you see this being different?
Yeah, by the way, not knocking door-to-door sales, because I've already dated myself on this one. I remember when I started in sales, literally I had product in the trunk of my car, and I was driving from client to client with samples in the trunk of my car. I would say the number one difference is speed. When you are selling a physical product, that physical product, whether it is a television, a cell phone, a granola bar, the speed at which it innovates and changes, not super fast, maybe once a year at most, right? Maybe you've got a couple new products coming out. The difference with SaaS is everything needs to go now. Because when you are in a SaaS company, you are likely in this day and age pushing out software updates every 2 weeks. That means you need to constantly stay on the ball. What's my competitor doing? What do I need to teach my sales team to say differently for next month than what they were saying last week? How does this change in terms of our customer reviews on public platforms? It is the speed that you need to function. So if you want to be on a rocket ship, SaaS is likely the place you want to be versus more traditional industries for sales.
I love that. And you don't have to be on the rocket ship, people. You don't. I have to say, Liz says, I loved that description. It really is representative of so many of us. I was on that trip to Tampa with Liz, and she was telling me how excited she was for this episode with you today, Stephanie. Lindsay says, cheers to purpose-driven work. Well said. If you're watching, do you feel like you do purpose-driven work? I think Andrew does. Andrew, what up, sister? Coming to you from snowy, wintry Canada. Finally get to meet Stephanie White. Okay, you two are both up in the coldness. There's no,
Hey, Andrew.
I can't tell you the last time I saw snow. Like maybe high school. I literally can't tell you. Can't wait for this enablement. Goodness, it's so good, y'all. So good. All right. We have a ton of topics. I want to make sure that we get through all of them. So we touched a little bit on what would make somebody good at this, but if somebody's in sales and they're like, you know what, Steph, I am resonating with what you are saying and this whole mentality. what could I do to maybe transition from sales enablement? How do I have these conversations with my boss? What does that look like?
Okay. I have given this some thought and I'm going to give you 7 tips or nuggets. Marketers say it's the golden rule of 7. We're going to go 7, everybody. That's what we're going to do. The first thing I would say is, why do you think you're going to like enablement? If you are in sales, your ability to impact the business is already very strong. You likely get recognition right away when you're successful and you can truly own your bag. So, why enablement? You need to start with why, because there are 40 different flavors of enablement. It's like ice cream, and the path that you take is really going to vary based on your why. So, get clear on your why. Why enablement? In my example, I started to shift towards enablement instead of being a sales leader when I wanted to help more people grow and be their best. So my why was people growth. Number 2, look for trouble. So you can do this already if you are in sales. Go looking for trouble. Now, guys, this is not me saying go look at your product and tell your product team, this is wrong, you need to fix this. I'm thinking bigger picture. So think about your sales process. Think about maybe customer feedback you've gotten recently. Go looking for a problem that could and should be solved to help the business. Take that little nugget and start to mull it over in your head. How could you start to solve for this? Okay, so you figured out your why, you find a problem. The next thing I would say is no enabler goes alone. 8, 10 years ago, we used to have to. You don't have to anymore. Thank goodness. It was a lot harder back then. Community. So hook up with other enablement people that are already working in the field. I mean, professionally hook up everybody. So a couple of groups for that. Enablement squad, sales enablement collective. I'm an ambassador for that group. Get into the free communities. There's Slack channels. Start talking to other people who do this for a living. Get real. What's the good, the bad, the ugly? Get their advice and share with them your why. If you find an enablement person, and we've got a couple on the call here, they will be very honest, and by nature, they will be very helpful to helping you explore this path. So check out the communities. The other thing I would say, if you are in sales, you are in a prime position to check out your tools. So, you can do a quick in the chat here. For any sellers, if you are using a CRM, how many of you actually can build your own reports? How many of you have taken, if you are on Salesforce, for example, you can log into Trailhead and take management learning paths on Salesforce, on Gong, on so many of the tools that you may be using. Start to understand what the capabilities of those tools are. It will give you ideas for how you can solve one of those problems that you found earlier. And the last couple I just leave you with is like data. Data is the core of what we do. Enablement cannot be touchy-feely. We justify ourselves based on data, no different than if you're in sales today. You've got a quota. You use your ability to sell. Very nice, Sarah, being a trailblazer. Love it. You use your ability to sell to then be able to go to your boss and say, I hit 103% of quota and I want that new territory, right? Same mentality. Start looking at how you can find the problem, solve the problem, and use data to measure it. But the last thing I would leave you with on that one is just try. Making a move from sales to enablement does not have to be a career-changing decision. If you have an enablement team in your org today or not, you can easily put your hand up and say, I want to get into this. I found a problem. Here's an idea of how we could fix it and or measure it based on the earlier things we just talked about. Can I get involved in this project with you? Can I give it a shot? That is an entirely low-risk way that you can start to dip your toe in the water without having to leave sales and commit to a change in career progression. At a minimum, you make some great new relationships and show your sales leadership team like, hey, you got some serious chops here. You can add more value strategically. And at a max, maybe you find a new path that you want to take your career. But I would say all of those little tips, what's up, Tom? Good to see you in here. All those little tips are things that I would definitely consider if you're looking at sales to enablement.
I love that. You literally just gave so many nuggets. The one thing I want to say is if somebody's popping in right now, all of these episodes, you can replay them live on the events tab, or like not live, like they're live now, but you know what I'm saying? You can replay this. So if you were like, oh my God, I missed something, or I was taking notes and I didn't get it, like this will be here for you. Don't worry. And I'm sure we'll repurpose this clip for you because Steph.
That was fast. I'm sorry.
Well, no, it wasn't that it was fast. It was that it was literally concise, well thought out, right? Like it was good, but it was a lot of information. So y'all, that's the point of the show. We want you to learn first. I want you to laugh second, but overall, we're gonna level up regardless. So if you come here, those are the three things we're gonna do. And I'm so happy that you came on the show because that's exactly what we're doing here today. Right? Okay, Tom Slocum in the house. I know you said shout out to Tom, but what's up, Tom Slocum in the house? You cannot ever go wrong trying. You can't. Even if you fail, try again. You'll be okay. Hashtag enablement reimagined. Tom spelled it right. Y'all do the hashtag to win. Michelle did too. What's up? Sarah said that she loved Trailhead. Michelle's tagging for the Sendoso prize. Chris is tagging for Sendoso. Michelle says, what's up, Tom? And Sarah agrees with you. Okay, y'all, I want to say really quick. Sorry, I'm going to cut into the show for 1 second. When you are tagging Sendoso to win today, this is a really special prize. This isn't something that I'm picking for you. I want you to understand what it is to get to do gifting in part of your job or in part of your life. If you've never experienced gifting, I want you to get to experience that. So if you tag Sendoso and you win this gift today, you are going to jump on a call with me whenever is convenient for you. And I'm going to show you the back end of this platform and show you how I pick gifts and show you the tools and what's available. And we will figure out who you should give something to. If you want to gift it to yourself, cool. Just film an unboxing and we're golden. But we will literally let you pick a gift for anyone you want. If you are not selfish, we'll let you pick a gift for anyone you want. We will show you how you use gifting in your day-to-day job and how it can really make an impact. So I know Michelle Craig is watching. She used to work in gifting. That's how I first got a little taste of it, and I was hooked. Gifting is my love language. If you are watching, send me a gift. I'll never say no. I should just drop my like Venmo here or something for a coffee. Maybe next week I'll have a coffee Venmo link or something. I don't know. But tag Sendoso and learn how to do gifting and how to do it right. The other thing that we're giving away, thank you, Steph, so much for this, is a mentoring session from Steph. So if you are in enablement, Liz, I don't know why you didn't tag to win this. I think it's because you're on YouTube, not LinkedIn. But you guys need to tag Enablement Reimagined so that you can get a mentoring session with Steph directly. You think you level up on this show? Wait till you get her just to yourself, because that's special. I got a few minutes with her before we started. So those are the two things you need to tag today to win. And we are going to keep going. Sound good?
Yeah. I just want to do a quick hi. I saw one of my former BDRs show up in the chat. Hey, Cooper. Good to see you. Welcome to the party.
There's Cooper. Love Steph continuing to thrive. What's up, Cooper? Tell us what's your favorite memory of working with Steph. Let us know.
Oh, Lord. Maybe let's not do that on live. I don't know how
Give
that's
us your
gonna go.
favorite appropriate memory. Listen, I always tell people, y'all can ask questions. Ask as many questions as you want, okay? But if you ask anything inappropriate, we will not answer it unless we're
That's
feeling
fair.
super spicy.
That's fair. Yeah. Oh, Cooper, only great memories. No. Yeah, that is awesome. Welcome to the party, Cooper. Cooper is awesome. He departed and is actually now working with another awesome enablement leader. So that is wicked. But yeah, let's get back into it.
Okay, really quick. Thank you, Lindsay. I appreciate this. Compliments and does so well done partnering with Lauren. What a powerful combo. Giving and gifting is a fabulous way to show gratitude, and gratitude is most definitely a strategy. That is true. Giving before you ever ask to receive. Like give, give, give until you think you got nothing left in your tank, and then watch how quickly your tank gets filled up. All right, great advice. Shadowing, offering help are a great way to make an internal transition. That is wonderful. Here we go. Liz is getting in on it. Enablement Reimagined and Sendoso. Only the great memories. Okay, here we go. Supportive on the ground up when it comes to sales professionals and looking at the future state of each rep rather than just hitting numbers. This is why Steph was a good leader. Yes. Doesn't it just make you feel good when people say something like this?
All the feelings. It's awesome. This is my why, right? My why is helping people be their best selves when they're selling. And whether that means staying on the team or growing up and out into a different team or a different company, like still cheering them on months and years later. That's why we do what we do.
I love it. It is why we do what we do. I still communicate to everybody that I used to manage. Well, not everybody. There was a lot, but a number of them I'm still very close with. I don't even know Stephanie, but I would say that training session with her would be gold. I hope you entered, Andrew. Elena, I can't wait to do a video of me unboxing my last gift with Sendoso. Yes. And yeah, LinkedIn won't let me yeah, I know. LinkedIn doesn't like my show for some reason on Fridays. It like makes people go to YouTube and then makes me look like nobody shows up, but y'all are all amazing and we love you. You're in the comments. Um, okay, yeah, LinkedIn mobile. I know. And you're at the doctor. Feel better, Liz. I don't think she feels bad. I think that's a checkup. I was just with you. You're not sick. Why are you at the doctor? You're not sick. Okay. Banners. We're gonna talk about okay, Kirk, I do see you. I am job listings. Kirk, we can talk again. I will talk to you after the show about that. Okay. Revenue enablement, transitioning. We are still in transitioning from sales to enablement. Let me go to my question. Okay, really quick. What skills from the sales trenches are gold in enablement? Like, what are the must have skills that you're like, yes, yes, yes? And then in hindsight, what's something that maybe somebody should really consider if they're a really good seller, like if they're doing really well in their career and they're like, maybe I should get an enablement, but like if it's not broken, don't fix it. So like what do you think about that? Like
Oh, maybe this shouldn't be water. I mean, really? We're going to go back to that?
I have water too. It's a different show, I think, for the other drink.
I think, yeah, that's maybe on Wednesdays. Okay.
I like that show too.
So, good sales skills. I think at the end of the day, there's a couple of them that translate. If you're in sales and you are doing any kind of consultative selling, especially as your sales motion, the ability to have a true conversation, lean into a business problem, ask those second, third, fourth layer questions, uncover pain, and really try to connect to value. It's the exact same skill set that you are doing with a prospect today to find the right solution for your customer as it is when you're in enablement and you're working with your stakeholders trying to find your solution to support the teams. Exact same skill set. The people you're applying it to, different, but it's the same thing. You don't take it on the surface level. If Lauren, if we walk into a car dealership and you're like, well, I would like to buy a vehicle, please ring one up. Hand over your black Amex if that is something you have. I do not. A good salesperson is going to say, well, Lauren, what do you want to do with this vehicle? And who would be in it? And how far do you drive it? And where do you live? And what does your lifestyle look, sound, and feel like to you? And they would help guide you to the best vehicle that they have available to meet your needs, which they'll help you uncover. It's the exact same thing in enablement. The automatic reaction, particularly from senior leadership, is like training, throw training at it. That's the buy the car. Okay, help me understand, where are you looking to go? How far away is it? Right? Who needs to be in the vehicle? What does it look, feel, smell, sound like? All those things. And you guide them towards the solution. So that is definitely something. So uncovering real pain and value is the same.
Okay.
Relationship building, 150%, arguably more important when you start working with cross-functional leaders, and sometimes more difficult than it is when you are multi-threading into a customer account. Now, I've sold commercial, I've sold into enterprise, and I would say sometimes behind closed doors, when you're working with cross-functional leaders, those negotiation skills can be critical to making sure you're all on the same page. I mean, at the end of the day, the other thing I would say is just general acumen and passion for people. If you're doing well in sales today, chances are you like people. I know there are some sales introverts out there that do exceptionally well. That's great. They get fueled by it in another way. But having the natural desire to connect with other people and actually get fueled by that, that is a key thing that you want to translate as well. So I'd say those are the top 3 things that immediately come to mind because, guys, we didn't prep this question, so that's off the top of my head.
Yeah, not all the questions are prepped. Topics are prepped, questions are not. I like to throw things at you, okay? Let's be honest. It wouldn't be my show if it wasn't gonna be a little
Okay,
spicy in
that's
some
okay.
way, shape, or form,
That's okay.
okay? A little bit. Okay. When you're talking about jumping from sales to enablement, in my opinion, it's not like crazy. It's so similar and it's so kind of like to me it's like kind of like I learned with coffee and now I've upgraded to espresso.
Okay. Okay, I can ride with this analogy.
Does that make sense? Like I'm trying
Yeah,
to figure out the best way to explain it, but like I started off here and now
yeah,
I've leveled up
yeah.
because it's more,
Mhm.
right? That's
Yeah,
how I look at it.
I would say
How do
it's
you
wider.
Okay. Okay. I mean, espresso has a wider
So it's like the difference of going deep. So if we're going to stay on like drinking analogies, you have wine connoisseurs, right?
Okay.
And they have such deep knowledge of grapes and regions and all those things. And then you meet some of the most fantastic bartenders. By the way, we are not suggesting that you all need to go out and drink by no means, but you have fantastic bartenders who can look across a huge cabinet and say, this scotch is from here and this is from here and this is from here. And they can do, the first 5 layers on 25 different things. Big difference is as you go up in sales, you tend to go very deep, right? Deep understanding of how to sell, deep understanding of buying process, all those jazz. For a lot of people, when you go into enablement, you have to start to go wide. You need to understand how to coach, how to train, how to write collateral, how to write effective copy, how to negotiate in a different way. All of those skills you need to be able to do at minimum at a moderate level. You cannot be an expert in all of them. There's 40 different flavors of enablement, but you at least need to have a good sense of how to functionally deliver each of those things.
I love it. It's like, I don't know. I feel like all moms would be so good at it. Personally speaking, just saying. I don't know. I'm a mom. I'm allowed to say that too. We have a very exciting guest joining Steph and I on the show in one moment. We're gonna do a little halftime, a little announcement for you guys. I think some of you saw us post about it this week, but we have a fun segment that's gonna start coming on Fridays called High Five Friday. I have a phenomenal human being in my network named Michelle Craig. She was the very first guest I ever had on the Friday Live with Lauren show before I even called it the Friday Live with Lauren show. And Michelle agreed to come on with me and spend an hour with me on a Friday and really just made me realize that this was something that I wanted to continue to do. And in her network, she does High Five Friday. So this is Michelle's thing. She graciously agreed to add it to the show with me on Fridays. So we're going to drop a link. I'm going to drop the link in the chat. Michelle can probably drop it too because I'm crazy and can't multitask. But we're going to drop a link in the chat for you guys so that you can nominate someone in your life or in your network who's doing something amazing. I'm going to let Michelle come tell you all about it. I did drop the link, Michelle. There you go. I figured it out. Steph, I'm going to let you take a little break. Why don't you go have some water? We'll see you in probably 3 minutes. And let me bring on Michelle. What's up?
Hey, happy Friday. I
Happy
love
Friday.
Fridays, favorite day of the week, and super excited to be able to join the show with this little segment. So, for those of y'all who don't know me, I'm Michelle Craig. I'm currently in sales, former marketer, constant networker. And High Five Friday kind of started as 2020, I was working from home. I was alone. I was getting kind of down in the dumps and really started leaning into LinkedIn as a source of energy and connection, and was realizing that whenever I was feeling down, celebrating other people helped me to improve my mood. It just changed my day. And so I started High Five Friday, which is essentially just a chance to give somebody a shout out who has had a positive impact on your week, on your month, or to celebrate an accomplishment. I think that, it's so important for us to celebrate the things that we've accomplished. And maybe it's a small win, maybe it's a big one, but I just think it's super important. So, really excited that we're going to be adding this element to the show. Each week we'll drop the link. You can drop again a shout out. You can celebrate your own accomplishment. And yeah, I'm super stoked.
So that like really cool thing that person on your team did that your boss just ignored, let's celebrate them, because there's probably like 10 people watching right now who's like, oh, I did do something kind of cool last week and nobody even mentioned it. So we want to celebrate you. We want to celebrate the win. And we want you to get to come back every week because, one, we won't be able to feature everyone. Like, please don't be upset if it's a Friday and you're like, I submitted, I didn't get featured. We will try to feature everyone, but I do assume that we will get a lot of submissions for this. I want to shout out as many people as possible. So know that if you are nominating someone, please also tell them you nominated them. I will be using their name and picture on the show. I want them to know that. If that is not okay with them, I would love to chat with them ahead of time. We will figure all of that out. But please tell people that we are going to do High Five Friday. Here we go. Lindsay, here for this. Nicely done. The best leaders often lift others up, like you do as well, Lindsay. So thank you so much. Nice to meet you, Michelle. We celebrate you, from Andrew. There you go. Michelle, what is your high five of the week?
Oof, I should have prepared this one. I want to give a shout out. I don't think she's on right now, but my manager, Jade Barella, is a badass. I'm glad we can use the word on the show. Love it. But she came into a little bit of chaos. I'm not the easiest person to manage, and she's been encouraging and uplifting and supportive. And so not even just this kind of first full week of the year, but since she started, I want to shout her out for all of the support and encouragement that she brings to the team.
I love that. I'm going to shout out Miss Melissa, who just threw the most amazing event in Tampa, sales and sales. I don't know, whatever. It was awesome. I literally drove back today so I could come back to film the show instead of going to the content house. So Melissa, your event was awesome. Congratulations on starting your new role and getting to create more of these events for more people to attend and network. It really is nice to get back in person and seeing people again. And then look, Tom wants to high five Martin MacArthur for holding things down for us at the SD Lab. He has went over and beyond time and time again. My partner in crime right there. So what's up, Martin? You are our first official shout out on the show. Thank you, Tom, for coming through. And y'all, look at this. Tom came on and said, this person is holding things down at the SD Lab. I don't know if y'all know, Tom started the SD Lab. Tom, as a founder, is saying, I couldn't do it without Martin right now. Thank you, Martin. You are amazing. Tom, thanks for showing up. Always appreciate you. And Michelle, I'm so excited we're going to do this every week. Thank you for agreeing to do this with me.
Absolutely. See y'all later.
All right. Bye. All right, guys, I'm going to bring Steph back. If you are still here, are you awake? Do you need a shot of espresso? I think some of you might. I have one other thing I want to tell you. If you are a job seeker, I got a resource for you specifically. I checked it out myself, so I know it's good. I tried it. I get a lot of people who reach out to me and they want me to review their resume, and I do not have time all the time to do that. But if you are watching, I just dropped in the comments a link to earnbetter.com. I get nothing from this. This is just for job seekers. It is completely free for you. Earnbetter.com. Go to Earn Better, and you can upload a resume. It will create a brand new resume for you if you don't have one. It will take your old junky format resume and give you a nice, clean, simple resume that recruiters love. Again, I get nothing from this link. This is for job seekers. If you know a job seeker, send them this link. Earn Better also has a job board. And I love you, LinkedIn, but you are not the only job board in the world. So if you are watching this and you are looking for work, please make sure you are looking other places than LinkedIn for your next opportunity. And Earn Better does have a job board. I have not explored the job board because I am not looking for work, but I have used the resume tool. I uploaded my old janky resume and literally did a very good job. And I even had it add some jobs that I haven't had yet. And the bullet points it created were wonderful for me. So please, if you are looking, that's a resource for you. I really want you to level up, and getting your new career, getting that next job is part of leveling up. So use that link, check out Earn Better. Let me know what you think. I'm happy to have feedback. I'm working with Molly over at Earn Better. What's up, Molly? And they are just phenomenal people, really trying to make it better for job seekers. Mark says he needs a coffee. Feel you right now. I drove over from Tampa and I had 2 hours of traffic. I need more than a coffee. I think I need an espresso martini the second the show's over. I got to go get my kid from school. After that, when I get home later tonight, espresso martini. Thanks, Michelle. Drop your high fives there. And what's up, Chris Jarvis? I expect to see you dropping some high fives. All right. I think Steph had enough of a break. We have about 24 minutes left in the show. What's up? What's up?
What's up? I feel like I want to hop in on this high five train if I can do it on the fly.
Yeah, let me bump you up. Let's go. Who are we going to high five?
Okay, I'm going to give a high five to Jennifer Ryan, who is another Rev Enablement leader, who is just honestly, you talk about people who are there for people. She's on it, WhatsApps at like 2 p.m, sometimes like 11 o'clock at night. She is just there to help out her friends, figure stuff out, talk it through sounding board. So what's up, Jen? High five to you. I appreciate you. Thank you.
I love that so much. I feel like Cooper kind of gave you a little high five.
He did.
That was cool. All right, we're going to pop into our next topic, which this is an interesting one. There's a lot of changes going on in the SaaS world in general, but I want to talk about enablement specifically. One, what were the changes that you have seen? What do you predict is coming, right? And then where do you think people might have their predictions wrong?
All right, let's go in that order. So enablement really started primarily as like training and sales support. Candidly, that's basically what it was. And I would say in the last 7 or so years that I've been in it, it keeps growing, which is awesome, but also really challenging, which is kind of going to be the last part I say here. The awesome part is it's now, sales methodology. Awesome. So you have people who are getting certified in things like Challenger and command of message sales and all of these different methodologies. And we're becoming the in-house experts for our sales teams. Amazing. But the tech stacks are growing. Coaching is becoming more and more a thing, and it should continue to. So we're really seeing the amount that we are being asked to deliver for the business getting bigger year over year. Like, it is wild. And the single biggest thing that you can look to in the last couple of months as an indicator of how this is changing, the Sales Enablement Society changed their name to the Revenue Enablement Society in the last couple of months, because it is that significant that many enablement teams are now needing to focus on full sales cycle revenue from all the different sources, as we just talked about, supporting solutions teams and customer success and marketing and all the different channels. So it's getting bigger, a little bit uglier, a little bit scarier. Let's talk about that for a second. AI is not going to replace us, but I think where some people are getting it wrong is thinking that it's an all or nothing when it comes to AI and enablement. It is not, in my personal opinion. I think the way we've got to approach this is AI is a tool in our toolbox to allow us to focus on what only we can do best. So it's the human element. So I've heard some people talking about, this is going to be the year that rather than hiring a sales coach, I'm just going to buy a tool. No. Let's not do that. There's a lot of nuance in sales. But instead of buying the sales coach to replace a person, you may want to explore and subscribe to a SaaS platform that your sales reps can log in and practice with different personas. That's a beautiful idea. Suddenly it doesn't require a human's time all the time, but you can complement it for extra practice. Or, we all know a colored tool that helps you write a better email. That is great for enablement people too. If you are helping to write sequences, use those AI tools. I would say AI is probably the most controversial topic that is coming up as people are thinking about predictions for 2024. I'm personally here for it. And, Lauren, as you were saying, redoing your resume, if you're in sales and you do your resume, you can actually port your resume into ChatGPT and prompt it and say, rewrite this for manager of sales enablement as a command. and it'll rewrite what you've got. Now, that's a huge gain. Taking your idea and helping with a redraft, or to your point, generating some of those new beautiful bullet points, that's an efficiency tool. It's not going to replace you. It will help you be better. Just the key is, I would say on that one, use AI to learn, not to become a crutch.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's my biggest thing as we look ahead. Honestly, tech stacks got wild in the last couple of years. Wild. And so it just becomes, how do we use them for good rather than just use them for the sake of using them?
100%. I love that you said use them for the sake of using them, because at some point I felt like that's where we got, right? It was like, how many more can I add? And it's a shiny button. And I'm like, but how many of your team actually clicks that shiny button?
Yeah.
None. Oh, sorry. I don't know that from experience or anything. It didn't trigger me. Okay. Aaron says,
Yeah.
the fear is that laziness will win out. Culture will matter in dictating leveraging AI as a tool or as a replacement. Yes, the
Good call.
culture matters so much.
Yeah.
And I do want to say one thing, because I know we talked about resumes and ChatGPT and AI, and I just feel like I have to say this as a recruiter. If you are using AI to assist you with your resume, you can never just take whatever was spit out and submit it. There's probably something on there that you did not do that has been embellished. It's probably missing one or two things. Like, it is a starting place. It is not a, here it popped out 8 resumes and I'm just turning them in for these. Well, if you guys are using Easy Apply, you're not changing your resume. So I'm not talking to that crowd right now. That's the most lazy crowd. Sorry. No, not sorry. Anyway, edit your resume, apply on the company's website, and try to get a referral. And don't just use AI to make yourself think that your resume is perfect, because it's not. Okay. It's a tool, right? Don't let it be a crutch.
Yeah. Learn from it. It makes you better. And if you're not sure how to do that, honestly, head on over. I'm not affiliated with Lavender at all, by the way, everybody, but you can get a free trial account. You can head on over there, get one for 30 days, whether you have budget or not. During that 30 days, pay attention to what the AI is telling you is wrong with your email. That way, if you cannot afford to keep it, if you're paying out of pocket, if you're perhaps a job seeker, I believe they still offer it for free for job seekers. Learn from it. Don't become dependent on it. This is how we can all enable ourselves to level up.
100%. And there's a number. Lavender is a great email tool. I use Lavender for a long time. There's a number of tools. There's OpenBox, which can help you if you're in sales, write emails. I had the founder, George, come on the show. He was phenomenal. There's a number of tools out there, right? So that's the other thing I think I want to hit on when we talk about all of the tools, right? Like, are you using the right tool or are you using the popular tool? I'm going to leave you with that. Figure it out. All right. Next topic. You ready?
I'm ready. Let's do it.
Let's do it. All right. We're going to talk about how you actually grow your enablement career, right? So we started from the bottom, now we're here. If you're still at the bottom, how do we grow? Where do we go? And what does that look like? So talk to us about growing your enablement career.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm going to break it down really simple. If you are looking for a resource, you can check out Sales Enablement Collective. If you search in there, they do have some articles about it. A friend of mine, Coach K, also has a great little infographic that he's put together about some traditional paths. However, let's do it real simple. We've got some enablement people on the call. Generally speaking, you have, if we talk about general enablement roles, you've got specialists or coordinators, and that's your early in enablement career. Then you go to program manager, senior program manager, and that's when after that point, you can start getting into more management roles. So manager of enablement, senior manager of enablement, director, senior director, and so on. I will say enablement teams scale with the size of the business. So if you are in a company of 250 people, you may not have many steps above you. That's okay. That's okay. We all learn and grow. As we said, we want to cheer people on, whether they're in their current companies, current careers, or whether they're going on a different path. You will be limited or enabled by the size of your company, because there is something called a golden ratio, which a lot of us talk about. It is roughly 50 people to 1. So what that is supporting 50 people for one enabler. That means if your company only has 40 salespeople and no additional people that enablement team is going to support, that's like one headcount. That's one. So your ability to try to climb that job title ladder is going to be far more limited. It will likely mean, and I'm a big fan of small and scaling companies myself, it will likely mean you need to grow up and potentially out. But that's okay. We're going to learn a lot while we're there. We're going to go up. So as we talk about going up, there's the normal management stuff that we need to pick up along the way, right? We talked about negotiation skills. There's the politicking, which love it or hate it, it is part of the job. But the bigger thing becomes the strategic planning and your data acumen. You need to not just collect data, but be able to read it, interpret it, and go to your C-level and say, listen, I'm seeing this. This is what I think is going to be coming down the road. So really leveling up on your data skills, your overall business acumen, and your tech stack for sure. Understanding how driving revenue fuels the overall organization helps you to have a more valuable conversation with your leadership team and start to get those higher job titles in enablement. You may be muted.
I hate it when I do that. Oh, that's like I used my one blonde moment of the day right there. I get one. And I used it on a mute button.
It's all good.
Oh,
it's
okay.
not like we're live. It's fine.
It's not like we're live. I had the best question, too. I was going for it.
I'm ready. Give it to me. Redo. Take two.
Okay. So, what's the secret sauce for climbing the ladder, right? Like, we're climbing the ladder, but I feel like a lot of times in people's career, right, especially with layoffs and all these things that we can't control, like, we feel like we've slipped back down the ladder, right?
Yeah.
How do we climb this ladder? And when we have those momentary setbacks, like, how do we keep going? And what do you say to those people who are like, Steph, I've been climbing the ladder. The rungs fell. What do you mean climb the ladder? Because,
yeah.
I mean, I have someone whose company laid off 12% of their workforce the other day, and an entire enablement team was gone overnight. So how do those people, what do you say to them? Like, I want to grow my career, but this is an unstable time in the industry.
100%. By the way, I've been laid off twice in my career. So 2023 was rough. I made it through 2023, but for those who are old enough, 2009, 2010 was a bloodbath, far worse than 2023. So I've been through 2 layoffs. I hear you, Lauren, and I feel for anybody who's in it right now. What I didn't do as well the first time, but I learned and I did better the second time. So I'm going to give you all this advice that I got for the second go around. Constantly be thinking about how do you better yourself. Jobs come and go, job titles come and go. The biggest mistake that I think we all make, especially in enablement, and people will say leaders eat last, a lot of enablers learn last. That's a problem. You all need to respect yourself and your craft. And it's like a pot meets kettle situation, because I'm not going to lie, I have to put reminders in my calendar for my own self-learning. That self-learning means that you're ready and you have a shot. And Lauren, you know this better than anybody. When you send your resume in for that next job, you may be a program manager for the last 3 years, but maybe while you've been laid off for the last 2, 3, 5 months, whatever your case may be, I had a stretch of 4.5 months. It was rough. The courses that you took, the things that you did, put those on your resume to demonstrate why your previous experience, plus all the self-initiative that you've taken, makes you ready for that next rung. Some of this stuff is free. And if anybody's listening to this, send me a DM on LinkedIn. I will send you some free resources that I know about for courses that you can take for free, because I know budgets can be tough. And go build yourself. Free courses can be just as valuable when you're applying for those next jobs as the ones that you may have to pay $500 or $1,000 for. So hit me up. Let me help you out. But keep honing your craft, whatever that looks like to you.
100%. And there are a number of free courses, y'all. Just because a course is free does not mean it will not provide value for you. Okay? Not at all. I'm going to give and also we don't shout out ourselves enough. So I run the accountability group. Do you want to learn how to post on LinkedIn? Do you want to get consistent? It's completely free. There's companies and there's groups that charge you hundreds of dollars to learn how to get consistent and to post online. Go join the accountability group. It's linked in my profile, completely free, 30 days, teach you how to do it. One of the participants literally had a viral post. Well, I think it was yesterday. I saw this post in the morning, Steph, and I was with Liz. Hi, Liz. I'm talking about this. I saw this post and I was like, this is the recipe for a viral post. It's the recipe. I'll show you guys. Now I know some of you are going to want to know. But this is the new recipe. Do you want to go viral? Make a post like this. Your post will go viral. The second I saw it, I said to Liz, this post is going to go viral.
That's amazing.
I knew it. And guess what happened? It went viral. Where is she? Here we go. I'm going to pull it up and show you guys. This amazing human got 1,000 followers yesterday. 1,000. I've never gotten 1,000 followers in a day. Hold on. I'm going to show y'all. I have to. I got to give her a shout out. This is your High Five Friday. Look at this.
This is Liz McEwen?
No, I was with Liz. I was showing Liz. It's Danielle. So Danielle, let's see, come down here. Job seeker resources. So she's had a few posts since then, right? But wait till you see this. Look at this. So this is the recipe if you'd like to go viral, right?
Yeah.
Give some great people to follow. Make sure your list is diverse. If you only tag a bunch of men on your list, I'm going to call you out and screenshot it and tell you how bad your list sucks. But have a list and say why these people should be followed, right? That's important. I'm not just tagging 25 of my friends who are going to show up in the comments and like help make my post go viral. I don't think half of these people even responded to this post, but look at this. She tagged some great people, places to find some great work. She put in helpful tips for job seekers to find, ways to upskill, free courses. Oh, Steph, you and I are talking about free courses, right? Yeah. Like, look at this. This is the viral. Like, this is, you want to go viral, make a post like this. And hi, I am Danielle. Focused on everything related to customer experience. 799 likes. Oh, look at me.
But can we also call out 168 reposts?
168.
Wow.
168 reposts. Like, y'all. No. 1,000 followers in a day.
So the point is, it doesn't have to cost you a fortune to be quality, impactful learning to you to make yourself better, right? So you need help with posting, follow Lauren, as she said, free. She can help you out. But the point is, you don't need to have a huge budget to keep leveling yourself up. You just got to make sure you're a priority and you make the time. That's 100%.
It. And you have to be consistent. You have to do the work consistently. If you don't do the work consistently for yourself, it won't happen. And the person we are least accountable to is ourselves. I can be accountable for a bunch of people because I don't want them to be disappointed in me, but I will disappoint myself more than anyone. So I think once you can look at yourself in the mirror and say, I'm not going to disappoint myself anymore, your life will change. So, Arwen, you're in the group. February's in. If you want to join, it's literally linked on my profile. I think so far we have like 14 people signed up for February. The January group is going strong. I'm going to post about some of them. True Story called it. Yep. And Virginia, it was wild. I couldn't believe it. Anyway, okay, we're at my favorite part of the show. I'm so excited. I know it's kind of silly. This is my favorite part of the show. Real quick, tag Sendoso if you want to win. I know, Virginia, you came on late. Arwen, I saw you. Tag Sendoso, win your very own gifting experience. And tag #Enablement Reimagined for a mentoring session with Steph. And now we are going to do the best part of the show. Are you ready? It is time for a fun Friday fact. What you got?
I mean, that's a lot of hype. I don't know about that. Okay. By the way, since we're talking about Sendoso, if any of you don't follow her, hit up Katie Penner, the queen of gifting over at Sendoso. We talk about good content and stuff that's entertaining. She posts every day, sometimes twice a day. So check her out. All right. So my fun fact, actually, I just found out this week. I had no idea in my multiple decades of living in Canada. So fun fact, unlike American money, Canadian money is actually magnetic.
What?
So I had to Google this one to understand why. I had no idea. It was not a thing. And I didn't believe it once I Googled it. So I had to steal one of my daughter's magnets and I went around the house and I tried to find coins. All of our coins are magnetic. The reason is because they're actually steel inside. So if you are ever, let's say you've been traveling and like Cooper, and I know some other Canadians on the call right now, if you got a big old pot of money and you're down the US, maybe you're coming up to Canada for a trip and you're like, oh, where are my Canadian coins? If you got a big bowl of coins, shove a magnet in, everybody, stir it around. You're going to find those Canadian coins real quick. So there is a fun, maybe useless, maybe highly practical tip for you for Fun Fact Friday.
Arwen, what the Friday? I know, right? What the Friday? I know. Mouth drop for me too. Oh,
I didn't know this was a thing.
We got all the wild stuff on the show today. All the wild stuff. I had no idea that it was magnetic.
Yeah. Yeah.
To be fair, I've only been to Canada once, and I just went to Niagara Falls. I drove to Toronto, but I don't think you can like really consider that.
No,
Does that
but
count?
I mean,
Does that count? You're there. Does that count? If I went to Niagara Falls, does that count as going to Canada? If I drove to Toronto to pick up a
are we
prom
talking
dress?
border control count or like count? No. Culturally, it doesn't count. Niagara Falls, you got to like come into it, especially if you're thinking about Toronto. We got some Toronto people on the call. Toronto is this big, beautiful mosaic of a city. You just don't get that in Niagara Falls. It's not the same level.
All right. Okay, we're going to present the gifts. We're going to do, Steph, we're going to do yours first. We definitely got some enablement people on the call who want to win. We got 6 people in here. Are we ready? Who's it going to be?
Let's see. Oh, it's slowing down. Okay. We're doing this in slow motion.
Oh my goodness. Later, you won last week for the Sendoso prize. And now you get a mentoring session. Can you buy a lottery ticket, babe? Woo. If you win next week, is it like a turkey in bowling, right? So if she wins 3 weeks in a row on the show, I got to come up with like a name for that. Like we're going to have a jackpot or so. I don't know.
Yeah, it's like the hat trick of the Friday Live with Lauren show. Like you got to figure something out there.
Literally, I can't believe it. Hold on. I met someone that lives in Toronto from 90 Day Fiance. Arwen, I can do you one better. I sat behind a couple that was on the show at a networking event in Miami last week. I believe the girl's name was Lauren. I wish I could remember her. Well, I guess it's her husband's now. But 90 days, so random that you would say that. Vegas. Go to Vegas.
Yeah.
And then a hat trick. Yes, Lindsay. Thank you. I knew somebody was smarter than me. Congratulations. All right, let's do the Sendoso prize. Now, remember, if you win this prize from Sendoso, we are going to meet and you will get to give this gift to anyone you want, even yourself. But I hope you don't do that. But I will let you give this gift to anyone you want. You will get to experience what gifting should be, what it should feel like, what it should look like. There's even an AI tool inside Sendoso that if, say, I wanted to give something to Steph, but I don't know a ton about her, I can put in who she is and her LinkedIn link and a little bit of stuff, and it will literally parse the internet and try to find things to tell me that Steph would be interested in and come back to me with a list of things that would point me in the right direction. So you got some random VP of sales that you don't know and you want to gift them something, I got you. We'll figure that out together. I'm kind of a little detective and I might have a private eye as a best friend. So we got you and we'll figure it out. I know. Is that weird? I tried to ask her to come on the show, but I can't. I guess a private eye can't come on the show.
She can't.
Yeah, I guess I didn't know that. All right, we're going to do the Sendoso giveaway. That was my fun Friday fact. I was like, oh, you can't come on. People can't see you. That's right. All right, Sendoso, we had 11 people enter to win. Let's see. Who's it gonna be? Tom, Michelle, Arwen, Lindsay, Kirk, Virginia, Elizabeth, Andrew. Y'all, does anybody else have deja vu? This is what happened last week. The other exact same 2 winners.
Really?
The exact same 2 in a row. And we had multiple extra people join this time and more entries in different numbers. But man, I'm going to go back and look at how many times they each hashtagged and tagged. And maybe that's the secret. I don't know. I always wonder when you're using these giveaway tools, if like, what's the actual science behind it? Y'all, I'm a recruiter. I don't know the science behind that. Maybe I could ask ChatGPT and it would let me know. But I always wonder what's like the actual science behind the little tools. Yeah, Tom, see, this is what I always wonder. And when I'm a guest and I'm watching, I'm always like, that was rigged. No, I know you're playing deja vu. Hey, I'm the host and I'm calling out the fact that it's the same. Okay. Like, if anybody's gonna do it, it's me. But congratulations, Andrew. You and I will get to do a gifting experience. And Elena, congratulations to you for winning that mentoring session. I will connect you and Steph in the DMs today so that you two can chat. And this was so much fun. Thank you for joining me.
Thank you. This is a lot of fun. It's one thing to be on the other side of it and then to be on the receiving end, just waiting to see what kind of spicy questions I'm going to get from you. I feel like I got let off easy, so I should probably hang up before it gets any spicier. But thank you for having me.
I try to not keep it too spicy. I say we're spicy nice. We spicy nice.
I like it. A little bit of heat.
Any final words for our viewers today on this Friday before we say goodbye?
All I would say is it's a pleasure to meet everybody. Listen, I'm on the LinkedIn platform because I love people. So if we aren't already connected, connect with me. Send me a message. Tell me what you like about the show or any questions you have. If you want resources, like, I got you. My reply time might suck, but I will get back to you. So yeah, let's connect. Let's talk. Let's use the awesome community that we have. And thank you, Lauren. I appreciate being here. Appreciate you.
Of course. This was so much fun, y'all. This was great. I know half of my audience is recovering from sales and sales today, and they are still filming in that content house right now. Which y'all check out all the content that's coming from that. But Steph and I are gonna tune out because I have espresso martini plans later today. I don't know what you got, but I'm out of here. This was fun. I enjoyed it. I know Steph enjoyed it. And like I always say, if you didn't like it, don't come back. Bye, y'all.